The Dallas Cowboys are making moves, and it's about time. One of their more promising rookies is going to make his debut this Sunday, so I'll break it down and much more in this episode of Cowboys Digest. Welcome in, everybody, to Cowboys Digest. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and today we'll be breaking down the roster move that the Dallas Cowboys made after the Brandin Cooks injury. And it is a devastating injury, but Cooks has not gotten off to the greatest of starts this season. And I think this rookie that has had a lot of hype around him, who had a really good preseason, is going to step in and help the Cowboys out with their receiving issues. But before we get into the video, I want to let you know that around 85% of you watching are not subscribed. So go ahead, hit that sub button. We're very close to my goal of 1,000 subscribers by week 7. I'll put it out there. Week 7. I think that's a doable goal, a reachable goal. So go ahead, hit that sub button. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out a ton. But let's get straight into it. Let's take a look here. Ryan Flournoy on the Cowboys, likely making his NFL debut against the Steelers. I'm excited to show y'all. It's in here. Taps his heart. It's in here. Y'all will see. Now, flow time is go time, and that was from Patrick Walker. So it's official. He will probably be making his debut on Sunday against the Steelers, and this is a big addition considering that the Steelers have one of the more stout run defenses in the league. So the Cowboys haven't been able to run the ball against anybody, and I think it's going to be increasingly hard against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is an extension of what he had to say here. Super confident. I've built that hunger. It's week 5, and I haven't played since that last preseason game. I've been hungry ever since. I'm thankful that I'm able to show what I got and prove to the world that I belong. So those are very encouraging comments. Obviously, I mentioned in the intro that he looked great in the preseason, making a lot of catches, and he showed some chemistry with Trey Lance. We know that Dak Prescott didn't play at all in the preseason, so it's hard to really gauge how those two are going to mesh. But Jalen Tolbert has been okay. He's been getting better and better. But the Cowboys need weapons beyond CeeDee Lamb, and that has been very well documented. And I think Flournoy can come in there and be that guy, Ryan Flournoy, that is. And we take a look at Mike McCarthy's comments here on Flournoy himself. And he says his path brings a different component of adversity, and that's what makes him who he is. This is his opportunity. I've been very, very impressed. McCarthy says there's been discussion on Flournoy making his debut prior to now. So this is definitely something that they've been talking about internally, and maybe this is one of the guys that Jerry Jones is talking about when he's saying, I like our guys. So maybe Flournoy could be one of them. And he's probably going to make his debut on Sunday, and I'm very excited to see how he does. He's not a huge receiver, but he is a bigger receiver, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's got a big frame on him, and I saw this here. Not sure how many wide receivers this team will carry, but I like Ryan Flournoy. He's got a Dez Bryant style of play, and I could see that. I saw some flashes of maybe Dez Bryant, maybe not that athleticism and maybe not the overall flashiness that Dez brought to the table for the better part of a half decade with the Cowboys, but still, I like that comparison. Big body, someone that can go up and make some plays. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in a Cowboy uniform. We'll take a look at Dak Prescott's comments on the loss of Brandin Cooks. He damn sure will be missed. And Cooks, like I mentioned, hasn't had the greatest of starts to his season, but still a veteran receiver who has big playability, even though we haven't really seen it in the first 4 games of the year. Added that it's time for Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and Ryan Flournoy to step up. So he's including Flournoy in that conversation, which is a sign to me that he will be in the lineup on Sunday. Nothing confirmed as of yet. And here is a fellow wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Not the most flattering picture there for CeeDee. I guess they caught him at the wrong time, but that's not what we're focusing on here. CeeDee Lamb on rookie Ryan Flournoy. He's definitely made an impression. His week in and week out battles, he's able to win his one-on-ones. He's very strong at the point of attack, and I can't wait to see him out there on Sunday. So CeeDee Lamb all but confirming that we will see Flournoy against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football, and it's very exciting to think about. He wasn't a high draft pick. He's obviously someone that had to overcome quite a little bit and get to the National Football League, but he's finally going to get his opportunity here. So um, he was a 6th round pick this year, and he went to Southeast Missouri State. So I didn't really have the 401 on him, but he did have something interesting to say, and he mentioned that Jerry Rice was his mentor. So if he can show some flashes of Jerry Rice, sign me up for that. And Ryan Flournoy, I don't know what you're going to do in your first week of the National Football League, but relish the opportunity. You only get to do that once, make your debut. So I'm sure he's going to be amped up uh, at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. It's still so weird to me that it's no longer Heinz Field, but it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans there. The Dallas Cowboys are reeling with injuries. They have struggled to stop the run. They have struggled defensively. We're going to need a flashback to 2016 when Dak put up 35 plus points at Heinz Field and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in his rookie season. I think we're going to need to go back to that time and for him to exploit CeeDee Lamb's athleticism and to use all of these receivers that he has at his disposal. There's going to be no Brandin Cooks, so I expect Jalen Tolbert to step up and be that wide receiver too. I expect Jake Ferguson to have a pretty good night as well. The Cowboys are going to be in tough when it comes to running the ball, especially against that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It's been a huge struggle for them all year long, and the Steelers not going to be easy for them. So this is a team that's 3-1. This is a team that's playing really good defense, and their offense is really stepping up as well. So it's going to be a tough test, and I'm looking forward to see how the boys respond with no Micah Parsons, no Demarcus Lawrence, uh, still no Deron Bland, and we still don't know what's going on with Kalen Carson as well. So that defense is in a little bit of a state of limbo right now, and they got to figure themselves out, and the offense needs to provide as much relief as they can to them. I'm not talking about putting up 40 to 45 points. I'm just saying have long sustained drives, keep the defense off the field as long as you can, and give yourself a chance to put some points on the board. You have the best kicker in the league. That is an advantage that you have every single week. So use that. So you have that threat of a 60-yard field goal. You have the opportunity to get points when maybe other teams don't have those opportunities. So I'm looking for the Cowboys to be opportunistic, to capitalize when Pittsburgh gives them a few openings, because there will be some chances for them. They're not a perfect football team, Pittsburgh. They're a good football team. They're a well coached football team. And defensively, I don't know if there's a better unit out there, but you're going to get your opportunities to throw the ball, to run the ball every now and then. So you got to take them, and you got to make the most of those chances that you are afforded by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of Cowboys Digest. Shout out to you guys for making it this far. Again, make sure to hit that sub button. We're very close to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, so mean the world to me if we can get there. And thanks, guys, for all the support that we've gotten on recent videos. And hopefully we're talking about a Cowboys win come Sunday, but we'll have a lot of videos before then. So stay tuned, and I'll see you all soon.